injector timing. In this presentation we are going to learn about why to do the fuel injector timing, when to do the fuel injector timing, and how to do the fuel injector timing. Why to do the fuel injector timing? The main purpose for doing injector timing is to inject the fuel at the right time. Wrong fuel injection timing would cause improper combustion, unburned fuel on exhaust, reduce engine power efficiency. In this animation we can see this dotted line as the standard injection timing reference, and we can see the injection happening when the injection timing is normal, when the injection timing is more than the specification, and when the injection timing is less than the specification. If the injection timing is normal or as per the specification, the fuel will be injected into the combustion chamber at the appropriate time. If the injection timing is more than the specification, the fuel will be injected into the combustion chamber lately. And if the injector timing is less than the specification, the fuel will be injected into the combustion chamber sooner. When to do the fuel injector timing? Fuel injector timing recommended at periodic interval, that is initial readjustment, service manuals recommended intervals. Second is when an injector is replaced, and changes in the timing gear alignment. How to do the fuel injector timing? The first step in this is to find the number 1 cylinder piston in top center. Now the piston could be in compression or exhaust stroke. After this we need to find the adjustment chart. In the adjustment chart we need to find if the piston is in top center compression, we can do the injector timing for which injectors, or if the piston is in top center exhaust, we can do the injector timing for which injectors. Get specifications. We can get the specification from technical marketing information website, or we can get the specification from engine nameplate. Pin. So when I am going to rotate the engine, you can see this pin will get fixed into the slot in the flywheel. Now you can see the timing pin has been fixed into the slot of the flywheel. So it means that piston number 1 is in top center, but we are not aware that whether it is in the compression stroke or exhaust stroke. There is two ways to find the number 1 piston, whether it is in the compression stroke or exhaust stroke. We can see the condition of the rocker arm. If the intake and the exhaust side of the rocker arm is free, it means it is in the compression stroke, because your push rod is acting on the rocker arm and rocker arm is acting on the bridge, and bridge is acting against the spring force. So that's why we will be getting some clearance. The camshaft timing is the precise way to find whether the piston is in the compression stroke or exhaust stroke. So you can see a slot over here on the camshaft. So when I am turning the engine, the camshaft is getting rotated, and you can see this is the camshaft timing pin. Now if the pin is getting into the slot of the camshaft, it means the piston number 1 is in compression stroke only, because we have only one slot over here. So if I am rotating the engine for 360 degree, this slot will go opposite side, because camshaft rotates half of the crankshaft. Specifications. TMI website. If we are getting into the TMI website, we need to give the engine serial number. After putting the engine serial number over there, we just need to get into the timing dimension specification. If we are getting into the TMI website, we need to give the engine serial number. After putting the engine serial number, we need to get into the test specification data. In the test specification data, we can find the timing dimension, or we can get the specification from the engine name plate. Now we are very much sure that our piston number 1 is in top center compression stroke. Now I have taken this sheet from service information system. So this sheet, if you see, this is the specification for 3512 engine. So if the piston is in top center compression stroke, I can see over here I can do the injector timing for 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 11 injector. So after doing the timing for these injectors, I need to rotate the engine 360 degree. So when I am rotating the engine for 360 degree, it will come into the exhaust stroke. At that time I can do the injector timing for 1, 3, 6, 7, 10, 12 injectors. To set the tool for performing fuel injector timing. This is set gauge. On set gauge we are going to put the fixture. As this set gauge is magnetic in nature, fixture will get attached to the set gauge. We are using elbow in place of collet, and this elbow will get fixed on this portion of the fixture. As we discussed that this portion of the fixture being used for mechanical unit injector engines. Insert the tip. Fix the dial indicator on the elbow. This dial indicator determines if the distance from the top of the injector follower to the injector body surface are correct. Now we need to make a reference point on the dial indicator. For doing this, we need to set the outer dial as well as inner or smaller dial at 0. This will give us the reference. Now the dial indicator has been set on 0 reference, which means the distance from the top and the bottom of the set gauge is 87 mm. Now we need to check the movement of the tip and outer dial. When the tip is getting pressed, outer dial rotates in clockwise direction, which means the height is getting reduced from 87 mm. And when the tip is getting released, the dial rotates in anti-clockwise direction, which means the height is getting increased from 87 mm. For the 3512 mechanical unit injector engine on which we are going to perform the injector timing, the specification for the timing dimension given as 87.2 mm. We need to set the reference on the timing tool as 87.2 mm now. As we know, the reference has been set for 87 mm. We need to rotate the dial in anti-clockwise direction for 0.2 mm. Now the reference has been set as 87.2 mm. When we are going to put the tool on the injector, on the engine, if both outer dial and a smaller dial showing 0 reading, it means the injector timing is okay. If not, loosen the adjustment screw lock nut on the rocker arm, put the screwdriver on the adjustment screw and adjust until the 0 reading comes on the outer and the smaller dial on the dial indicator. Then tighten the screw lock nut. Let's go to the engine to perform the injector timing. The tool has already been set. Now we are going to put the tool on the injector. Now you can see here the reading is not showing 0. So we need to adjust the screw nut so that the reading on the dial indicator should read 0. As we are aware that this engine is on the compression stroke, and during the compression stroke we can do the injector timing for 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 11 injector, and this is the injector number 2. So we are going to set the injector timing for this particular injector. Now we need to adjust the reading by using the spanner and the screwdriver. So we are going to loosen the lock nut, and then we need to make the adjustment. As of now, you can see the dial is showing 0 reference. It means the timing has been set correctly. So after this, what we are going to do, we are going to tighten this lock nut. So the timing has been set now.